Anyone can do a simple YouTube search. They can go buy a course, and honestly, they can learn how to edit pretty quickly within a number of days. And this is oftentimes what happens, and there's nothing wrong with it. But the problem here is I feel like once people learn that basic skill of editing, they never exceed past that. The line between basic and great are far apart. And it got me asking the question, why? What is it that truly separates mediocre editors from exceptional ones? Now I'll get straight into it. After years of reading books, of research, and implementation, the secret is simply understanding and incorporating storytelling into your edit. So what exactly do I mean by storytelling in editing? How do you do that? Well, at its core, storytelling and editing is about using visual and audio elements to really tell a story or convey a message. For example, when you watch a movie or TV show, the editors use a combination of shots, music, sound effects, and dialogue to create a deep emotional connection with you, the audience. They're able to take us on a journey and make us feel a certain way. And the same principles can be applied to YouTube edits as well. Whether you're creating a vlog, whether you're creating a mini docuseries on YouTube, whether you're creating music videos, finding the story and incorporating storytelling into your edits can make a huge difference in the final product. So how can you actually do this? How can we actually implement this into our edit? And there's a lot more thought out and more advanced ways to do this, and I'm going to share with you today, like for example, using and implementing the Dan Harmon story circle into your edits, which by the way will be the next YouTube video I'm going to come out with, where I'm going to go more in depth into this topic. So I'm just going to keep it simple for this video, and I'm not going to go into those kind of theories or storytelling techniques. So for today, the first thing you can do, start thinking about the story you want to tell with the material that you've been given. What's the main message or theme that you want to convey? Or what emotions you want to evoke in your audience? Then once you have a clear idea of your story or the story you want to tell, you can then start sifting through your footage, your material, and begin selecting your shots and begin crafting that story. And then also another thing you could do is think about the different types of shots that you can use to really help you convey your message, whether that be close-up shots, which can be used to really show emotion or highlight a specific detail, or whether that be wide shots, which can establish a setting or give context. And then you have a medium shot, and a medium shot can show the interaction between characters or objects. And we've seen this countless times in films, whether you recognize it or not. Now, the next thing you can do is think about the music and sound effects that you want to use. You guys, remember that music and sound effects literally make up 50% of the viewing experience. So people need to take this part more seriously. Music can set a tone and really can create that emotional connection between the material and the audience. If you have a scene with no music, sometimes artistically that works perfectly. There's many films and examples of this. But a lot of times that music can act like glue for the audience. It can bring them and attach them to that scene. Whereas if there weren't music, they otherwise would not have had the same attachment. Then we have sound effects, and sound effects can enhance the visuals. Really, at the end of the day, just create a more immersive experience. A huge tip here is for all of you, make sure you're paying more attention to detail when it comes to music and sound effects. The last tip here is to pay attention to your pacing. Once you identify what kind of story you're telling, what kind of emotion you want to evoke, that will really help you dictate what your pacing and flow is going to be. But generally speaking, you really want to focus on keeping a flow that will keep the audience engaged while also maintaining interest in the actual story. And don't be afraid. I actually urge you to go experiment with different editing techniques, with different editing styles, and go out there and create a unique and compelling story. So guys, make sure you're incorporating storytelling, because incorporating storytelling into your edit is the true secret to becoming a good editor. The bells and whistles, the fancy effects and tricks and technical skills are important and fun, but don't let that crowd you. Don't let that distract you from what's truly important, which is the root of what you're creating, which is the story. As an editor, we're crafting stories. And remember, by using visual and audio elements to tell the story, you can create a true emotional connection with your audience. And at the end of the day, make your videos, make your films, make whatever you're creating more engaging and more memorable. So the next time you sit down to edit a video, think long and hard about the story you want to tell, and think about how you can use and implement different shots, different types of music, different vibes of music, different sound effects to really help bring that story more to life. So as always, if If you guys have any comments, go ahead and leave them down in the comments section below. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already on more about video editing, creating a business, etc. And other than that, thanks for watching.